Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Preston Sports Podcast. Sorry, took Wednesday off. Just wasn't feeling it. I can do stuff like that. I'm my own boss. But coming at you on this beautiful Fix 'em Up Friday. Welcome to July. We are over halfway through the year 2021, which is crazy. It feels like it was just 2020 and everyone was complaining about it. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, tap the notification bell, do a little boop. And let's get right into it. Today, it was announced that quote-unquote America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, will be featured on HBO's Hard Knocks this year for their 5-episode series, #not sponsored. But if HBO wants to sponsor me, they are more than welcome to. So I figured I should do the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys are the definition of hot garbage. Not a good football team. They're not going to do anything this season besides, they'll probably look cool. I don't know what to tell you. But, so we're going to start with them. So what they should do, I didn't like their draft. With what the roster they have now, I didn't like their draft. But I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go. So starting off, if you don't know, Fix 'em Up Friday is just where I look at a team, look at their roster, and then kind of like in Madden franchise, there's these videos, rebuilds, where you sign free agents, make trades, blah, 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 make the team better. I just do that. I don't do the draft. I probably will do teams again as we get closer to the drafts, where we can kind of do mock drafts and kind of see who goes where, who has what draft pick, all that good stuff. But for now, I'm just going to do stuff like trades, free agency. And speaking of trades, I think the Cowboys should be active in the first 8 weeks of the NFL season, trying to trade possibly Michael Gallup. Now, everyone thinks Michael Gallup is good. It depends. So you already have Amari Cooper making $20 million a year. You're going to have to pay CeeDee Lamb at some point, and he's probably going to take a lot of money. So the question is, do you pay Michael Gallup now and let CeeDee Lamb walk when that time comes? Or do you let Michael Gallup walk so you can have money to pay CeeDee Lamb? Now, Jerry Jones, his hand don't cramp writing big checks, but his hand should cramp writing big checks because there's this thing called the cap space in the NFL. This isn't like Jerry's day where you can just do whatever you want. They actually made the cap space because of Jerry Jones. Because if there was no cap space, Jerry Jones would just have the best team of all time. But we have the cap space, so he can't do that. So I think they should possibly look at trading Michael Gallup, depending on how much money he wants. But based off the pick of Michael Parsons at number 11, a first-round draft pick, not just a first-round draft pick, a top 15 draft pick, picked at number 11, I believe. That, and then you also throw in, was it number 10? Might have been number 10. It was 11. They had 9. Right? Doesn't matter. They picked him top 15. And then they picked Jabril Cox in the later rounds of the draft. 2 linebackers. So I'm sorry, but Jalen Smith or Leighton Vander Esch needs to get traded, and I think it's going to be Leighton Vander Esch. Let me check PFF real quick, but I think it is going to be Leighton Vander Esch, for the reason being, let's go to linebackers. So Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith, neither were good. Hold up. Oh, Leighton. Nope, am I looking at the wrong person? No, Leighton Vander Esch actually had a pretty good pass rush rating at 86. But, his coverage grade was 42. And, his run defense grade was a 60. But his overall defensive grade was a 50. Jalen Smith's was a 54. These guys were not good at all. So one of them has to go. And I think it's going to be Leighton Vander Esch. They declined to pick up his 5th-year option. But, at the same time, let me check Spotrac, because that's what I use for, all my my cap space related questions. Spotrac. Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith got paid. Of course, linebacker coming out of Notre Dame had a really bad, I believe it was an ACL tear. Maybe he just blew out his entire knee. They still took him 34th overall in the draft. Ended up being an okay pick at the time. Still only 26 years old. Actually just turned 26. Happy birthday. But he signed a 6-year, $68.4 million contract with the Cowboys, $5 million signing bonus, and $35 guaranteed annual salary of $11. A cap hit of 9.8. They had an opt-out, and they didn't take it, I think. Yeah, so this year he's getting paid 9.2. When is the salary? $19 million guaranteed at signing. Signing bonus plus the 2019-2020 salary and the 2020 option bonus. That 2020 option bonus was $8 million. Goodness gracious. So his 2021 salary is fully guaranteed. Gosh dang. Yeah, the Cowboys are kind of digging themselves into a cap hole. I mean, that opt-out would have saved them a lot, actually. They could have re-signed Leighton Vander Esch, but, I mean, he's just not playing good. Neither of these linebackers are playing good, and that's why they took a linebacker, I think Jabril Cox in the 4th, Michael Parsons early in the 1st, because they just need the help at linebacker. But, I mean, gosh dang. So, it might be better to trade Jalen. Because if you can trade Jalen. But, I mean, Jalen was just better. Not even by much, though. His coverage grade was significantly higher, though. He just wasn't as good in run defense at the same time. It's just you're not really getting that much with either of them right now. Linebacker is just a position they need to improve, but someone needs to get traded. You know, one of them will get traded. I think Michael Gallup might get traded, and now key players to re-sign, free agents at the end of the 2021 NFL season. That also depends. So I think one big player is Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz had a sneakily good year last year. Let me check it. Dalton, I think it was 63 catches. How am I in Dallas and Dalton? There we go. So, yeah, I think it was 63 catches for... Yep, I'm a genius. So, it was 63 catches for 615 yards and 4 touchdowns. Which, granted, wasn't very good, but he also wasn't working with Dak the entire season. And Dak coming back will be huge for this offense. Maybe not necessarily as far as the win column, but as far as production goes. I mean, I didn't talk about it at all, but Dak played 5 games. He played 4 full games and some of the 5th. And he is still ranked the 9th highest PFF quarterback at an 85.2. 9th of 38. I mean, I'll get to arguments with my uncle especially about Dak. I mean, because it's something about I want to find Dak stats by quarter, because I think I want to read that. Dak stats by quarter. Dak Prescott game-by-game stats and performance. That'll be enough. Yeah, so in the... Goodness gracious, that's insane. In the 5 games he played, he put up 1,800 yards. That's ridiculous. 266 against the Rams, 450 against the Falcons, 472 against the Seahawks, 502 against the Browns. And, like, the only knock is the average. But, I mean, come on. Like, even his completion percentage, 64, 72, 64, 70, 66. Can I go... I want to go, like, kind of like a game log, but quarter by quarter. Because that would just make it all a lot easier for me. As far as... excuse me. Let's look at Dak first quarter stacks. I know I'm kind of getting off track here. First quarter stats. There we go. Maybe this. CBS. Let's see what we got. Man, he signed his deal back in March. That's crazy. Third player with 100 passing touchdowns. Okay, whatever. Tied for second most game-winning drives in first 4 seasons. Tied for 100-plus pass rating in first 4 games. The Cowboys are 31-3 when Dak Prescott has a 100-plus passer rating. 6th. Can you guys hear that ad? I don't know if you guys can hear that. That would be pretty crazy, though. Maybe not. Yeah, so they're just talking about how great Dak is. 6th highest touchdown to interception ratio in NFL history. Yeah, anyways, Dak will be big for the offense. What was that? Where was I at? Yeah, so they might trade yes, Dalton Schultz. That's what I was talking about. Pretty big deal. I think the Cowboys should re-sign him. And then I have stars next to these: Michael Gallup, Leighton Vander Esch. If they don't trade Michael Gallup and they want to keep him, he would be key to re-sign. If they don't trade Leighton Vander Esch, want to keep him, he would be key to re-sign. That's pretty obvious. As far as going into free agency, team needs, there's only 2. And you're like, what? They only need 2? So offensive line is a need. I should have added wide receiver because assuming they trade Michael Gallup and it's just Amari and CD, they'll need to add a third guy. I don't think Cedric Wilson is that guy. But it's O-line, so they'll do wide receiver. And then the third they need is defense. And anyone who plays defense. Anyone who's ever played defense, they could probably get some high school players from Allen and be fine. So some possible free agents. On the higher end, man, I really did just have them sign a bunch of Browns players, didn't I? Alright, well, that's besides the point. Wyatt Teller, assuming the Browns don't sign him, which it's possible they don't, would be a huge get for Dallas. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Zach Martin plays right guard. He can play left guard. He can play left tackle. He can play right tackle. I love Wyatt Teller, but I think Zach Martin's the best guard in the league. I think it goes Zach Martin, Quentin Nelson, and then Wyatt Teller. Zach Martin is just a different breed. I mean, he played every position on the offensive line, I think, at one point. Besides maybe center, but he probably even played that. This guy's just insane. The most versatile. Probably the most versatile lineman in football. I mean, let's just look at his PFF grade. Let's just sort by overall, and he should be at the top. He is. He's even listed at tackle. He had a 91 grade, a 92 run blocking, 73 pass blocking, which isn't great, but I mean, he's just insane. Staying on the higher end side as far as... there's a real drop-off after Wyatt Teller. The rest are just a bunch of depth pieces. I mean, Ronnie Harrison, also from the Browns. They just need help at safety. Lorenzo Carter from the Giants as an edge rusher. He would be rotational. He wouldn't be an every down edge rusher, but they just need help. Cam Sutton from the Saints. MJ Stewart from the Browns. They just need depth at cornerback. They just need anyone who can play corner, and they'll throw him out there. A wide receiver that I actually think would be really cool for them to sign if they don't bring back Michael Gallup is Brashad Perriman, because he brings a certain deep threat that I think is there with CD and Amari, but like Brashad Perriman is just solely a deep threat. You know, Amari, you can have him like be your route runner guy. You know, your guy who's just gonna get open, be that reliable, not necessarily check down, but your mid-range target. CeeDee Lamb, he's kind of I don't want to say he's an X receiver, but I think Rashad Perriman, he's your big play guy. You know, he's not going to get the ball 12 times a game, but I think 3 or 4 times a game you can throw it to him for 20 plus, or 15 plus, something like that. Maybe not 20 plus, that's a lot. And then Andrew Billings, just on the interior of the defensive line, kind of shore that up. They kind of got run on a lot last year, so bring him in as a nose tackle type role. Don't know what they're going to run, but he's just there to eat blocks. So yeah, that's free agency. They don't have a lot of free agents that are important, but that's just something I have them doing. As far as cap casualties, I saw this and I want to check ESPN's depth chart because I don't know if this is just something. How I generate the free agents, who's there in free agency for these depth chart for these Fix 'em Up Friday things, is I'll go on Madden, load up a franchise, and just kind of simulate to the free agency period. So it's not always going to be exactly who will be there, but sometimes it auto-signs players, so I do want to check tight end. Okay, so he's not there. What about running back? Okay. So neither of the guys I cut were there, so I'll just scrap that. But, real quick, I should take a look at their team because they do have one of those. So, obviously Dak Prescott, running back. I mean, I wanted so badly to trade Zeke. To say Zeke's going to get traded. I just couldn't do it. He's making too much money. His dead cap is too much. Tony Pollard behind him, one of the better backups in the league. Wide receiver core it's really good. You have Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and of course Amari Cooper, Cedric Wilson, and Noah Brown behind him. Blake Jarwin is the lead guy for whatever reason. It should be Dalton Schultz. That's just my opinion. Offensive line is not what it was, but it's still good. Tyron Smith, who might not be in Dallas for too much longer, we'll see. Connor Williams, Tyre Biadasz, Zach Martin, and Lyle Collins. Not the best, but, it's not the worst either. Their defensive line, it's iffy. DeMarcus Lawrence, D-Law, not what he once was. Neville Gallimore was okay his rookie year, nothing spectacular. Tristan Hill just isn't it. Randy Gregory is back, but he played really well in the time he was there. But I don't know. I don't necessarily know if that was just game planning for him or game planning away from D-Law and him just getting open in the cracks. It's kind of hard to tell right now. You have Leighton Vander Esch, Micah Parsons, and Jalen Smith making up the linebacking core. Oh. Huh. I don't know if I had missed this, but apparently they're going to play Keanu Neal at linebacker instead of strong safety. Oh, they're moving Donovan Wilson to strong safety? Huh. I kind of like that. So they're having DeMonte Casey play free safety, the free agent from Atlanta. Donovan Wilson, the player who did impress, I liked him a lot last year, playing strong safety. Then Keanu Neal, the linebacker. Well, so that even means, one of those guys is going to get traded even more now. I didn't know they were doing that. Corners, Trayvon Diggs, Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, Kelvin Joseph, Maurice Candy, Reggie Robinson, CJ Goodwin, Nahshon Wright. I'm sorry. It's just not good. I think that defense actually looks better than the one they had last year. But Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis just are not it. I mean, Kelvin Joseph, he's there. That's about it. Trayvon Diggs, he was good, but, he kind of got burned a lot. Not a lot. He got burned sometimes. I think this team just needs more defense. They're probably going to go third place again. I don't think Philly's going to do crap in the division. So I think it would... I mean, maybe they could get second. Maybe the defense can improve enough and Dak will produce enough to get them to second place. But they're not going to... If they end up making it to the playoffs, there's not going to be any success there. It's just... I don't know. This is just a special team that just won't be able to do much, in my opinion. And, of course, I could be wrong. Making too many predictions at this point of the season is stupid. But I just don't think the Cowboys are going to do anything. I mean, sorry. Sorry, Dak. Sorry, Mom. The Cowboys just ain't it. I feel so bad for my mom. She has a real jersey curse. She got, who is it? DeMarcus Ware. She has one of his jerseys, and then he went to the Broncos, and then she got a Tony Romo jersey, and then he retired, and then, she already had a Jason Witten jersey, and then he went to the Raiders, and then this last season, as a birthday present, I got her a Jalen Smith jersey, and we went to the Browns-Cowboys game together. And now I'm saying Jalen Smith should get traded because he's so bad. I mean, this is just awful, and I feel so bad for her. Sorry, Mom, but that is life. So, yeah, Dallas Cowboys, garbage. Even after me fixing them for a season, still garbage. I mean, let's look at the roster that I constructed. So, Dak, Zeke, Amari, CeeDee Lamb, Brashad Perriman, Dalton Schultz, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin at left guard, Tyler Biadasz at center, Wyatt Teller at right guard, Lyle Collins at right tackle, DeMarcus Ware, Neville Gallimore, Andrew Billings, Lorenzo Carter at edge, Micah Parsons. Am I going to say that Jalen Smith got traded or signed? Or Leighton Vander Esch got traded or signed? You know what? Screw it. Trade both of them. Micah Parsons, Keanu Neal, Jabril Cox. Those are your starting linebackers. What I say goes. Trayvon Diggs. I'm going to say Jordan Lewis. We'll put Kelvin Joseph behind. Who did I have the Cowboys sign as far as corners go? I don't even remember these guys' names. Okay, so actually we're going to do Trayvon Diggs, Jordan Lewis, Cam Sutton, MJ Stewart. You have Donovan Wilson back to free safety, Ronnie Harrison at strong safety. That's the team I constructed. It's still bad, but it's the best I can do because the Cowboys suck. I'm going to do a super easy team like the Chiefs. Or who's an easy team to do? Alright, that's going to be it for this Fix 'em Up Friday. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let me know who you want me to do next. I might do the Jags next. That's who I was thinking of doing. I was, for a hot minute, up until today when the Cowboys were announced to do Hard Knocks, I was going to do... Who was I going to do? The Saints. I was going to do the Saints because of the Ryan Ramczyk deal. But I decided I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do the Cowboys because they're America's team and they'll get me money. But I will talk to you guys later. Thank you again so much for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, boop the notification bell. And I will talk to you guys on Monday. I will probably talk to you about... Maybe I'll talk about the Ryan Ramczyk deal. I don't know. I'll figure it out Monday morning. See you guys later.